Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. And today I'm doing my top 10 favorite songs of Taylor Swift. Yes, Taylor Swift. I did do a deep diver on her back in February, I think it was, just before the Super Bowl. Because the Chiefs were going to, remember that time when the Chiefs were going to three-peat? I do. It was a great time. And so I did that before that Super Bowl happened. And yeah, I covered Taylor Swift because if you don't know, she's dating Travis Kelce, the star tight end of the Chiefs. So I thought, I'm not the biggest Taylor Swift fan, but because she's dating a Chief, I'll cover her. So here is her top 10 songs. Hello, hope everybody's doing well here on a Wednesday evening. Really nice day outside. Oh my gosh, like a perfect day. Got to mow the lawn. It was great. So Taylor Swift. If you saw my deep dive, I definitely have a lot of issues with her personally, politically. To somebody I try to avoid as much as possible. But I did the deep dive, so I'm going to do her top 10 songs. And these are 10 really good songs, I have to admit. She is really good at coming up with really catchy pop songs. So I'm probably going to repeat myself a lot in these songs and just say, this is such a catchy pop song and the chorus is so good and it's fun to sing to. That's kind of where I go to with Taylor Swift. And all 10 songs are on 4 albums. There's only 4 albums I think are really worth listening to, in my opinion, of Taylor Swift, which are 1989, Red, Fearless, and Speak Now. Those 4, I'd say listen to those 4. I would not listen to the other ones, in my opinion. And I know my friend Jacob Martin's going to be doing a deep dive on Taylor Swift pretty soon, and he's going to go through all the albums. So I'm interested in his thoughts on these. And I know Breyer from Breyer's Music Showcase is also going to do something with Taylor Swift. So hope you guys are watching, and maybe this will make your list too. Number 10, we're going with Welcome to New York. Good start to the list. Let's talk about a song about welcoming people. And this has come from the 1989 album. I want to say it might be the opening song. I forget now. But anyways, this was one song I wasn't super aware of when I was going through the albums. And definitely one that really caught my ear. So catchy. Definitely kept with me afterwards. And I wasn't expecting this to make my top 10. But every time I went back to it, I was like, gosh, this is just so catchy. I just sing along to it. And it has a really good opening with the hand claps. And it has a really good beat. Just a really good downbeat with hand claps. And then this keyboard goes din 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 din. Anyways, it's this really good keyboard sound that kind of plays the main riff. Great, loved this opening. And then again, that chorus is so good when she gets in that. Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. Oh, right now, if you listen to that, yeah, it's just super catchy. And it's just a song about how great New York is, I guess, and like her experience of going to New York. And it's almost like everybody should go to New York. After you hear the song, you're like, I want to go to New York. It seems so pleasant, despite all the crime and corruption and, overcrowdedness. It seems like a great place. And I love that, welcome to New York. It's waiting for you. It's like, yeah. New York's waiting for me. I need to go. And I do want to go to New York someday. I've never been to New York. Would love to see it one day. We'll see. Number 9, I've got We Are Never, Ever Getting Back Together. This comes off the Red album. This is definitely one of her biggest songs. Definitely one of the biggest earworms. Definitely a song that was played a lot on the radio. This is another song I wasn't expecting to be on my top 10 because I thought, it's one of the songs that were like overplayed on the radio. I've heard it too many times. It's kind of a silly song about breaking up. And Taylor Swift has so many songs about breaking up because she's broken up with so many boyfriends. She's had a million boyfriends and she's broken up with all of them, or some breakup has happened. So she has a lot of songs about breakups, That's kind of what she's made fun of. But I can't deny this song is so freaking catchy. I couldn't stop singing it. It had to make my top 10 because of that. It is. I love the rhyming of never, ever, and together. Great rhyming. It rhymes. It fits so well together. And when she sings that chorus, that we, and I love how she does it. We are never ever getting back together. yeah, it's great. It's catchy. Love singing along to it. Yeah, overall, great melody. She does have this part where she talks, where I'm like, I don't need the talking part. And she does that a couple times in songs, and she's like, we're never getting back together, that kind of thing. And a little over dramatic. And you're like, okay. But then it kind of cuts back into the chorus. Pretty cool. It's a pretty good transition to the back into the main chorus part, which is the best part of the song. Yeah, it's just a song about breaking up. And sometimes when you break up, you sometimes want to get back together because you still like them, you still have some love for them. But this is one where it's like, I got to cut all ties with them. I mean, I've been in those with relationships too, where it's like, I'm definitely not getting back together with that person. So, anyways, that's number 9. Number 8, we have a song called Mine, which is from the Speak Now album. I thought this was actually a nice, sweet little love song. It's talking about her. It almost has a storytelling aspect of her telling a story about her and this, boy and them falling in love. And then they had a break at one point, almost broke up. But then he did something sweet and they got back together. Anyway, so there's a little bit of that. And I just like the kind of nice sweetness to the song. It's also very catchy, of course. And I think it was a pretty big hit for her as well. I feel like this song I've heard before. And there's a song about, and the melodies are so good. And so he put his arm around me for the first time, and then I knew he was mine or something. I don't know. I'm not doing it right, but anyways, the rhyming is pretty good overall. And I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of young love. And believe it now, I like young. I used to be young. I used to be in love. I had those things, so I enjoy that. All right, number 7, we have definitely probably her biggest hit song, most played song, but it's on my list. It's too much, too catchy. And that is You Belong With Me from the Fearless album. Not my favorite song from Fearless album. I actually have one more song up above that. Mine from Speak Now. I think that's the only song I had from that album. So that's actually my favorite song from that album, Speak Now. So that gets the Speak Now representation here. But Fearless is getting some reputation with You Belong With Me. Yeah, this definitely was all over the radio. That chorus, yeah, definitely one of her catchiest stuff. Here, da, 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 da. You belong to me, you belong with me. Yeah, great stuff. And just telling the story of, being in love with this boy. She's love with somebody else, or he's with somebody else, and the girl he's with is more popular. It's kind of, again, Taylor Swift does this thing where she really kind of makes you think back in high school. A lot of her younger songs, because she was a young singer when she did a lot of this stuff. She's now in her 30s, but when she was in her 20s and she was talking about, young stuff, about kind of being a teenager, I criticize her because she had too many songs about being teenagers or being young, but that's what she was. And yeah, part of me kind of, gives me nostalgia for that period of time. But You Belong With Me kind of that way too, where it's like, he's like the football player, I think, and his girlfriend is a cheerleader. I'm in the bleachers, it's like she's out there cheerleading, he's playing the game, I'm just in the bleachers watching it, so she's like not the most popular kid or whatever. She's just a regular kid, I guess, a high schooler. Even though it's Taylor Swift, who's really good looking, so it's like hard to imagine she's just a regular kid. But and just her really liking this guy, and I think they break up, and she wants to, she's like, you belong with me, the feelings we all felt when we were teenagers. But yeah, it's just, again, it's overplayed the radio. It's too catchy to not keep it on my list. So it's here at number 7. Number 6, one of 2 songs about being young and a certain age. And this one is 22 from the album Red. Again, there's a lot of songs from Red. Red was my favorite album from her. But 22, oh my gosh. Another song about being young. Again, I'm 41 years old, but I remember being 22. It was a good age. That's like when you're in the prime of your life. You're the best looking you are ever, and you're actually very hopeful and excited about life. It was a good time. So yeah, again, just love that chorus. I don't know about you, but I feel like 22. Oh, so good, so catchy. Just a fun song that kind of, again, makes me wish for being 22 again. I kind of like that about it. But yeah, I don't have a lot to say except it's just super catchy. Love that chorus. Definitely one of her best. Anyway, so number 6, 22. Number 5, we have a duet with Ed Sheeran called Everything Has Changed, again from the Red album. This song I had no idea about. I didn't know anything about this duet, whatever. It's not a hit song or anything. But again, Red was such a good album. It definitely was her best album. I mean, I say definitely. 1989 was great too, but this is one though that really is like, wow, why is this not a big hit? I'm a big Ed Sheeran fan, so I do love Ed Sheeran joining in here. And fun note is that I remember when Ed Sheeran, before he got super famous, and I kind of knew him, and I was like a big fan of Ed Sheeran before he got super famous. He was opening for Taylor Swift because Taylor Swift was a huge star. And I remember thinking the one time, I think they came to Wichita or something like that, and I was thinking, gosh, I would go to the concert just to listen to Ed Sheeran. I don't care about Taylor Swift, but I would love to listen to Ed Sheeran, even though he's just the opening act. Now he's a huge superstar too, just like Taylor Swift, and so it's so cool to see those two connect again, I guess, with this song. But it's just a really beautiful duet. I like how she takes like and just a great melody. But I love how she takes the first verse, and then he kind of comes in, and they kind of harmonize together. And then he takes the second verse, and then they go, love it. Love both their voices on here, especially Ed Sheeran. Sounds so good. And it's a great melody. And I just love that everything has changed. Like the way they sing that is great. Yeah, great duet by them. That's why I love duets. That's why it's up here at number 5. And Ed Sheeran helps. So everything has changed here. Number 4, the other song about being young at a certain age, and that is 15, which is my favorite song off the Fearless album. Yeah, again, I've heard this song. I don't know if it was a huge hit, but I know I've heard the song actually quite a bit before, because I know my younger sister used to have this album, and I must have heard it, her playing it. And I always thought it was really good, and I didn't quite think it was going to be top 5 material, but as I listened to it, I was like, oh my gosh, I just love this so much. Again, it just reminds me so much. It's about being 15 and being like a freshman in high school, so it's this specific period in your life. And again, I remember being 15. I remember being that exciting time in your life. You're in high school, it's nervous, you're around all these older kids, there's all these girls around, it's a very nerve-wracking time of my life, but yet also really cool. You get to hang out with kids your age and all that. There's some good parts of my life at that age, and you're young. And again, the song kind of talks from a girl's point of view, but still I get a lot of nostalgia. This is maybe the most nostalgia song on the album. That's why, on my list. That's why I really like it. It's up here. And I actually think I like some of the lines here, like, and she's kind of just going through, your first day of school, and you're nervous and all this. And I love the chorus. It goes, when you're 15 and someone tells you they love you, you think you're going to believe it, or something like that. Sorry, I did the singing wrong, but I thought that's a great line. I always thought that was actually one of her best written lines. I criticize Taylor Swift for not being the greatest songwriter necessarily. Her songs are, again, a lot about being young and a little immature type songs about breakups and stuff. But I don't know, that's actually a really nice line, because it's so true. When you're 15, you're so impressionable, you're so gullible. If someone tells you they love you, I've had that happen. Someone told me they loved me when I was about 15, and I was like, love? What do you know about love? We're only teenagers. Like I was weirded out by it, because I was like, I'm not ready to say I love you yet, but yet I had to, because I'm like, I like this girl, and I don't want her to leave me, so I'm like, yeah, I love you too. I'm like, love? What is love? Like, I'm just 15. But I've had those moments too. So to me that really hits a chord. When you're 15, someone tells you they love you, you're gonna believe it. You do. You're that age, like, why not? So I like that part of the song. And they're talking about, going on a date, going to prom, going on your first date, having your first love, falling in love with somebody, and all those butterfly feelings inside of you. Yeah, it's great. I miss those. Then you get old like me, and you've been married for 8 years, and you don't get those anymore. But man, when you're 15 and you're just falling in love for the first time, it's great. And it kind of explains that, her going home from a date, and he's got this car and she feels like she's flying, and she goes home and she's dancing because she's happy. I don't know. It does give me this feeling of nostalgia for being 15. So for that, it's here at number 4. Really good, I think, catchy and well-written song. Number 3, we got State of Grace. This is my, I should say, 15 was my favorite song of Fearless, if I didn't say that. State of Grace is my favorite song off of Red, actually. This is another kind of cool hidden gem song. I don't think it was a hit song at all. It's the opening song, I believe, if I remember right. It's the opening to the album, and it's my favorite song. So it's like you open with your best song. It's pretty strong, you know. And like I said, there's like 3 other songs in my top 10 that, or so, yeah. There's 4 altogether in my top 10 off the album, and this is my favorite. It's not, it's a little bit different, and that's what I like about it. I don't feel like it's as like fast-paced and catchy, though. It has a really good beat to it, and I like the guitar playing. I think it's really good, and I think it has a really good opening. Like it has kind of a somewhat of a lengthy, not super, but a little bit of a lengthy intro to the song before she starts singing. But still, I think this is her best vocal work. And again, I don't think she's one of the greatest singers, but she sings really well on the song, and I like that. And I feel like, again, it seems like almost musically it's just really good, and it feels like she takes her time in the song. She holds out notes, and she really shows herself as a good singer, actually, in the song. And I think maybe just more experienced singer, and she's just feels like she's just using the words better in some way. It's hard to explain, but and it's, I don't know, it just seems like more of a mature type song about life and stuff. So I really like that, and it's still pretty catchy overall. So again, and great melody. So State of Grace, really great, like underrated song here. Number 3. Number 2, this is definitely a huge hit from her, and it's always been one of my favorite. I thought this might be number 1, but I ended up putting it number 2, but man, it could be number 1. That is Blank Space from her 1989 album. Again, really good album, really good pop album from her. Blank Space, it's kind of a fun song. It's kind of her, from what I understand, it's like, at this point, she's kind of got this reputation of being, you know, because at this point, she's had a bunch of different boyfriends and breakups, and she does a lot of breakup songs. And so she kind of got this reputation of this, you know, floozy, you know, kind of girl that keeps, you know, can't keep a man kind of thing. And so she wrote this song kind of almost making fun of herself or something, or the reputation that she has, you know, that, because it's all about, you know, she's kind of almost singing to the guy, come with me, and, you know, I might be crazy. And she says things like, you know, it might be forever, or you might leave with a nasty scar, you know, saying like, it might be love, but it might end up really badly, because a lot of relationships have, you know. And yeah, I love it. There's some really good lines in here. I think it's one of her best written songs. And stuff like, I can make bad boys good for a weekend. I thought it was a pretty fun line. Again, great chorus, you know, and I love I've got a line of ex-lovers. They all say that I'm insane. I don't know. That was a great line, because she's kind of making fun of herself, because she does have a lot of ex-boyfriends. And of course, if you speak to someone's exes, they probably do think their ex was insane. That's why they broke up. So they're not the best, you know, people to ask questions about. In some senses, you know, they might be a little biased against that person. But anyways, I love that line, though. It's a good line. I got a line, something like that, a line of ex-lovers that they probably think I'm insane. But I've got a blank space for you, and I'll write your name. Great rhyming. Yeah, great flow to it. And I like the idea. Blank space is that I've got a bunch of ex-boyfriends, but I've got a space here. I can put you in it, and you can be my next ex-boyfriend, basically. Anyways, it's a fun song, super catchy. Yeah, one of her best works, I think, as far as writing. And I like that she's making fun of herself. So that's at number 2. Number 1, my favorite Taylor Swift song. Another pretty big hit for her. And yeah, musically, I just love the song. And that is Wildest Dreams, which is my favorite song from 1989. So 1989 actually took my top 2 spots, which I wasn't expecting. You know, I consider that the second favorite album. That and Red are both just really good albums as far as like pop albums go. I think she definitely does her best work on those 2. And this album also won Grammy Album of the Year for, I think, pretty good reason. But anyways, Wildest Dreams, yeah. I just love, again, musically, it's so good. It's a little slower pace, maybe. and she's talking about, you know, it sounds like she may be breaking up with this boy, and I say boy all the time, man or whatever. She's breaking up with him, and she says, um, she says something about her last kiss, but then she says, you know, you'll remember me in your wildest dreams or something like that. So it's like, even though we're apart, we'll still be together, you know, because we'll still dream about each other or something like that. Anyways, I don't know. I thought it was actually really well done. Again, just that chorus is so good, super catchy. The drum beat is really cool. It's like the boom 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 boom. It has a really cool drum beat behind it that I've noticed this last time listening to it. But yeah, I can't sing along to it. I can't do it justice. But I told you that part. Yeah, standing dun 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 dun. The wildest. Yeah, I can't do it right. But anyways, you know the song. It's good. It's just a great chorus. I think it's one of her best musically, I think it's one of her best as far as melody and instrumentation. Everything is really good. And yeah, definitely a song that, as between this and Blank Space, I put this #1 because, I don't know, I just liked it just slightly better, just slightly more on the melody and the chorus. I just really loved it. And definitely one I would, again, I don't know. I have so many thoughts on her that I don't know if I'd buy an album from her, but if I did, wouldn't mind buying Red or 1989. Got some of my favorite songs from her, and definitely I criticize her, but she does have a lot of good stuff, and I recognize that she's really good at writing really good pop songs. Anyway, so that's my top 10 favorite Taylor Swift songs. Tell me, what do you think? Are any of these your top 10? What's your favorite Taylor Swift song? Are you a Swiftie? I'm not a Swiftie, but I know there's Swifties out there, and you can tell me what you think. But besides that, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for liking it, and I appreciate everybody watching this and my channel, and I appreciate especially all my subscribers for supporting the channel. I got to 360 subscribers. That's pretty cool. I'm slowly getting up there, so I'm very happy about that. And yeah, thank you to everybody, and have a nice week. Yeah, it gets the middle of the week, so have a nice rest of the week, and I'll talk to you later.